Hello and good evening. It has been quite a day.
Yes. You've been so busy.
I've been busy, and it's been a solstice day. We've been doing a lot of solstice readings. So I want to make sure that I welcome Valerie from Illumination Portal, who is also simulcasting, as well as Diana, oil painter, who's also simulcasting. And we're really happy to be with you tonight. The gals are going to talk about the solstice energy and so forth. And I guess if we have time, we'll do some readings. But yeah, so please like and subscribe to Illumination Portal and Oil Painter, please. We would love that. And hello to those of you who are here: Bora Bora, Janet, Edward, Lauren Hunsinger, Janet, Ginny, Maureen D'Amico, and Karen Doyle. Thanks for being here. Yeah. So I'm going to start out, before I let the ladies go into a tear about what's coming up. Hi, Wiki. I'm just going to give a real quick, what do I want to say it is? It's not a spell, but that's what they call it. I don't think of it as a spell.
Incantation.
Incantation. There you go. So it says, you can always place an offering on the ground in front of you if you're near one, and put an empty bowl on the ground so that it can fill with water. And out here right now, I could do that because we're having some rainstorms. So it's pretty interesting. But it says, "Great Thor, God of thunder, hear me. Great Thor, protector and warrior, hear me. Great Thor, who brings the healing rain, hear me. Let your rain wash down upon me, cleansing and cleaning and clearing. Let your mighty thunder shake the skies and the ground, bringing positive change in my life. Let the summer storm bring the new life and new beginning, and help me to grow strong and tall like the oak. Thor, lend me your power and strength, and bless me with the rains of this summer storm on this summer solstice." Aww. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Anybody that's interested in knowing anything about the pagan Sabbats, this series is a beautiful series of books. This one is for the Midsummer or Litha.
Yeah.
Litha. And yeah, and they just tell you all kinds of things, and they even have recipes and things to do for the birds and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I love that kind of, I love all that.
Yeah. All right.
This is a powerful time of year. This is we're starting the solstice, summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. This is solstices and equinox give us 3-month chunks of time, periods of time, so we can, what have we done for the last 3 months? And let me just say this real quick. Tonight at 10:42 Eastern time is when we're actually in solstice. It'll be 0° Cancer. Right now we're at 29° Gemini. So there's always this culmination point at the 29, and then the 0 is starting something new, but they're still both critical degrees. We've gone through a lot. Let's just go to January. It's been a lot going on. We've had we had a Pisces pile up for a while. Then we went up to the spring equinox. We started feeling some movement going forward. Well, now today we have this 29° Sun in Gemini and 29° Uranus in Taurus. These are powerful degrees. Besides all that, we're at the solstice, where is 0° Cancer. Cancer is a cardinal sign. Aries is a cardinal sign. And we have squares. We have double square there with Jupiter and Neptune being in Aries. The sun is in Cancer along with Jupiter. This is big, huge energies. This is us creating ourselves. Now, what does Cancer mean? It's your home. Your body's your home. And we're choosing how to go forward in our new selves, in these new energies into the new era. So we're building our home. That's how I'm seeing it. What about you, Diana?
Well, you summed it all up, and I can't disagree with the single thing you said. Maybe the only thing I can add is,
Yes.
if you felt energized today,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
you know, I applaud you, because we were on fire all day long. And if you're on the West Coast, you're still going strong. And just because it's what time here, 9 o'clock, doesn't mean that I'm not done. And that was the code for today. I'm not done.
I'm just getting
All that
started.
healing energy from Hygeia and Chiron and Mars taking action and Saturn and Neptune. Here's the dream. How are we going to get it?
Mhm.
I am in Aries. I am. Therefore, I am. And then, and when you, for me personally, it's that Uranus sitting right on my Mars at 29 degrees, and Jupiter still conjunct my Uranus in Gemini, because he just egressed into that. So that really revs stuff up, and lightning bolt moments and things coming together at just like, are you kidding me? I'm still walking. You know, I haven't fallen over. I'm not wiggling. I'm not, and I'm sure so many of you are feeling that same healing.
Absolutely, because everybody has these aspects going on in your chart. You have Cancer, you have Aries, you have everything's. I mean, everything is really lit up. We got a lot. I mean, this is some of the asteroids, but just to give you an idea, see Diana how much more she has. This is us beginning anew, but first the old has got to crumble away, right? And things have to be rearranged. And wasn't last night another X-class solar flare, Diana?
Ooh.
X2.
A 1.2, and then 45 minutes later, a 1.9.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
Bing, bang, bong, boom, chakalaka.
Yeah. And that's right before the solar, I mean, the solstice, the summer solstice. I mean, how more
powerful. We're already in that, because it's a 3-day celebration. There's hang time the day before to get ready for the party, and then the day after to clean up, recuperate, and finish the food from the party. So there's always that 3 days of hang time,
Yeah. And well, you didn't see it. I sent it to Diana. There were some pictures of craft near the sun.
Yes. Yeah.
And it looked a lot like Diana's.
Oh,
yeah. I was so, and I was just so taken aback by the whole thing when you sent it to me, because it just came through at the right moment,
So cool.
Cool. Yep.
So cool. And there has been so many synchronicities in spite of all of the disastrous behavior going on in the general population of the world. But in our own private lives, there are synchronicities that are helping you get through this time. And, the aspects in the sky of the transits, don't forget, light up the aspects that you have already in your chart.
That's right.
Enhance things.
Yeah. Enhance it. You do a little fire ceremony tonight, safely. A candle. Call in what you want to create these next 3 months until the fall equinox. It's everything's in cycles. Obviously, on our Mother Earth, as the planets never stop moving. So it's cool to use this energy. Use it to your benefit. Create the life you prefer to have. There's so much going on. It's fascinating. I didn't see. I'm looking for that picture of the sun, but I'm sure I'll see it later. What else do we got?
So yeah, what else?
So-
Whoa, what were my notes? Let me look. What
Oh,
did I
I'm
say?
with you. I'm like, what? I know I have a million things to say about this.
Well, let's talk
Two-
about the sun going into Cancer at that 00. So
Yes.
for me, it happens at 10:45, 3 minutes behind you, because she's at the beginning of the Eastern time zone. I'm near the end of it.
Mhm.
So there's a couple of minutes difference. However, the whole thing applies to all of us the same way. When this sun goes in there, it is to open up to love and nurturing, because that's what Cancer represents. Love yourself like
Yeah.
you were the best mom on earth for you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And this also brings in the understanding your parents were people. Allow them to have their own history and heal the ancestral connection that you are bringing with you, not just in our DNA and our blood, but in our psyche.
Right.
And when we talk about soul contracts, how does that often come into play? And that's what this healing time is about. Jupiter loves to be in Cancer. And so this is like time to give everybody a great big hug that he's been trying to give us all for a long time.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's so true.
It'll go on for the year, because he's going to be here. Well, I think this year he's going to be in Cancer for 13 months
Yeah.
because of his long retrograde. But anyway.
Yeah. So a whole year with Cancer in Jupiter is I mean, this is helping us come home to ourselves, helping us expand in that knowing who we are. I mean, that Jupiter is really going to fill in details, because first the sun and Jupiter are going to go together through Cancer,
Right.
and that's just going to be like this I see it as really beautiful. I'm not saying there's not other things going on in the world that make it not, but really, if we focused on the astrology, there's four squares going on that are going to help us, guide us, so we don't go cross the wrong line or to the wrong place. And but we have two fingers of God, two yods, right?
2 yods
Oh,
as well.
Yeah, really?
And that
Yeah.
mystical diamond, as well as,
Oh,
you know, a Grand Cross. I mean,
oh,
Grand
wow.
Yeah, I'll
Cross
show it to you on
and
this.
trines and grand
Okay.
trines and mystical rectangles and diamonds. I mean, the Pentagon is sitting there besides. Just so much is in the sky.
It's so cool. Yeah.
It's so cool. It is so cool. So, and this is also going to be a time to clean up unfinished projects.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, and from, again, referring to what my chart looks like, the sun was at 29 degrees of Gemini, sitting right on my Uranus at 29 degrees of Uranus. No wonder you couldn't stop me. You still can't stop me. Shut my mouth. That's a duct tape.
You know what Freddie's doing? Don't stop me now.
Exactly. Oh my God, I've been hearing that so much today.
Oh, that's funny.
She can't slow down, and that's
Mhm.
29. That she has that naturally in her chart. Like I'm sure a lot of you do. We got 29 somewhere sometime, but she has it in in Gemini, where it's. I mean, you just can't stop. They just move
and
in.
it's got so many minutes of arc. You know, it's like 36 minutes or something like that. At any rate, that means that 0 degrees is still lighting me up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because now
Yeah,
I got to pay attention to the baby crying.
Yes, that's a good thing that Lauren Huntinger is bringing up. Yes, this is generational and familiar healing, deep
Right.
healing.
So when
Right.
at the last hour when I was on with Jeff, it was all about family. It just kept coming in and coming in and coming in.
They
really?
all want to chat.
Yeah.
They all want to say sorry. And so this is where you look at your Chiron and your Hygeia and your Sedna and check out those little details that you may have forgotten that are still haunting you. These are going to be the ideas on how to work with them and how to heal those ancient stories. The ones that you've been carrying since they burned you at the stake in the 1500s.
Very deep, deep, deep healing. And just like Diana said, this is lifetimes of traumatic experiences. This is a lot. This is a lot why we feel such dread watching the external world play out, because many times we witnessed that, you know, and we were we were sucked into it and taken out. But this is a different timeline. This is different because this is the end of a few big cycles, the end of the age of Pisces, and the end of 26,000 year cycle, 12,000 year cycles. There's a lot going on to where we are elevating. We're coming out of Kali Yuga. I mean, we have, and this is written in text. You know, these are ancient texts written. It's where you're entering into the golden age. But to enter into the golden age, you have to clear everything out of you that is not of that frequency. It's
Jules, I love this, what Jules is saying here, because this is
that's cleaning up,
right?
Yeah.
This is Mars. This is Mars in Virgo. Get it done.
Get it done.
Right? Finish it up. And he's going to be there till August 6th.
Right.
So with this, we're all going to still be gung-ho, even on days where you're sitting down and crocheting or knitting or sewing or, you know, embroidery or painting and I even actually started to clean up my studio so I can finish 5 projects I got going.
That's awesome. So this brings up a question, Val. Sure. You're a Cancer, and so is Denise, apparently. She says her birthday's coming up. So how does this Cancer affect Cancers?
Oh my goodness! If we could feel any more deep, I don't even know how to explain water signs to people, because you really have to allow yourself to feel everything, and a lot of people don't want to have any part of feeling that deeply. Now, I think here we're in a higher consciousness, spiritual community. We've all done a lot of healing, and we've all had to feel through that. But once you get to the other side of that, and you're stabilizing that higher frequency of, I'm not saying I'm fully healed, but I have a lot under my belt. I have a lot of healing under my belt.
Well, you've identified it.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing right there. If you don't identify the fear and the trauma and what puts you in the
then you know what to work on. You're right. That's part of it. Yeah. That's wonderful.
And it's feeling. It's how you navigate through this world. And I was taught as a Cancer not to feel anything. I didn't even know I was a Cancer. I was just a little kid, right? But my God, I was like, I'll never make it. I would think to myself, how do people say that? How do they say don't feel? You're too sensitive. You're too, blah, 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 whatever. And I had to really own who I was. I mean, that's part of the journey here, us individually owning who we are, and go through that. But that's how we can get through a lot of this, especially this ascension, is to feel through it. You have to be able to feel through it.
So what does the sun do? It warms everything up. Even on a cold winter's day, it'll melt some snow, right? So what does it do for you as it gets to your birthday? It starts boiling and churning. If you're in a good state of mind, you're just going to go party. If you're not, what's going to happen? You're going to boil up all that old stuff, and you're going to have to deal with it. And you're just going to be angry because you're still holding it in instead of letting it go. You're a crab. You are not an oyster. You are not growing a pearl. That grain of sand that's in your claw is keeping you from enjoying your meal.
Wow.
I love it.
I know. I love the chickadees too. They're so adorable. Adorable. And as we go now, okay, so let's go back to the Jupiter and Sun are within 2 degrees right now. On the 24th, Jupiter and the Sun are going to be conjunct at 3 degrees Cancer. Now that, believe it or not, is hitting Diana. She has a 3-degree Cancer Venus. It's hitting me. I have a 3-degree Cancer Mercury, but it's hitting America's birth chart, the Sibley chart, which also has a 3 degrees Venus.
Well, and Mercury is in Cancer besides.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
the
And
double
it's at,
whammy.
26 degrees because it's getting ready to go into Leo again.
Yeah.
And he has
Oh,
been
moving.
on an agenda, and y'all are going to listen because I got to move on.
Yeah, he's moving, but he's going to retrograde soon. I can't remember when. Diana and I will be together on the 25th for the new moon in Cancer on my channel. So we're going to go into a lot of the astrology.
Yeah.
But from now until then, probably to the end of the month, we are in this really prime time of creating based on what we feel. So if you feel good about something and your heart's in it, go for it. But if I'm serious, if something isn't feeling good or it feels off, pay attention to that, because you're getting that instinct is coming through. Let me say it like that.
Well, and when we get this new moon, Mercury is egressing into Leo, and even there, he's going to go clipping through it. He'll be there until September 3rd, and then he's going to move on. Okay, so that is, it seems like a long time, but it's really not, because while he's there, while he's making this egress and sitting in this trine to the sun, or sextile to the sun and moon conjunction, he's also going to be trine Saturn and Neptune for a couple of days. And then you'll have, that spaced out orb going into it and coming out of it. So and it's all in the early degrees. So this is really, okay, we got to get things done quickly, because before you know it, summer's going to be over.
And Mercury moves fast. And Mercury, right, we just went through, okay, we're at the very last degrees of Gemini, who rules Mercury. And you got to think from Aries starts the zodiac for the year. And that's the fire, the passion to go to your next step. And then we get into Taurus, who wants to, they're trying to figure out the logistics of it all. And then we get to Gemini, and Gemini, we have had a thought process has elevated. We got like a higher, what's this word? Thought.
Who's going to educate me, because I got to tell others?
Yeah, but I mean, in each year, in each sign, in each season, we elevate. Like we get new
progress chart.
Yeah, we get new factory settings, not the factory settings, the other, the I can't think of the word, my brain's not holding it.
Custom design.
There you go. And we get to custom design everything coming in. This is our year, as things are, like I said, crumbling away, and we know what's leaving. And now we're going into Cancer, where we're going to get an upgrade on our feelings. Then we're going to go into Leo, and that's an upgrade of your heart. And those two signs are the luminaries. Those are the ones who really, if you're suppressing anything, it's really to your detriment. You want to honor how you feel, and you want to honor what your heart is saying to you on the way forth. What did Mousy say? July 15th, my son.
She's got 2 Cancer children. Yeah.
Thank you, Vicky. Upgrade. Thank you. My words wouldn't come in. I had a preemie. My youngest was very preemie. Yeah, that's how old are they still young now, or is he young now still, or is he grown? Mousy's child.
I think that Mousy our age, so she must have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Mousy. Oh my gosh. Every time I see your name, and if you're about our age, did we go to St. Casimir's together? Because there
Her
was
name
this
was Minnie.
tiny.
Her name was Minnie. That's why she's called Mousy.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
How
I knew
cute.
that. I
Yep.
forgot. We've had this
Uh-huh.
conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh.
I read Red Dragon. Yeah, so we are, and the new moon is coming up, like we said, on Wednesday. So this is a good time to plant your seeds, of intention, to go be proactive with these energies. They're very powerful right now with that Jupiter in there, and Jupiter and the sun together, two biggest planets in our solar system, and they're really making a big speaking loudly. This is their time. And
well, and that's another thing. Jupiter made his egress on my birthday. And on that day, I woke up like there was nothing bothering me at all. And you all have suffered through my tale of this saga of what's been going on. So I just feel like, oh my gosh, everybody, this is going to pass. This is going to pass. Don't worry. Keep the faith. Keep doing what you believe is the right thing. Trust your gut.
absolutely.
All of these energies are saying just that same thing. You're the only one who knows how you feel on the inside, where your pain is, what gave it to you, the day it happened, maybe even the hour. So trust your gut. Not saying don't consult a professional. I'm just saying, you know what happened. You know how it feels. Educate yourself before you get there. So you speak their language and tell them what you think is wrong so that you get the right answers. Otherwise, they're not going to tell you anything, especially in this arena that we're in right now.
Yes, Lorraine. Everybody has been put on hold for probably on and off for 2 years. Let's say.
How about 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, and that's when the worst of it happened for me was 2 years ago. I've been going to the chiropractor for a year, but I trusted him the most because he believes in energy.
Yeah.
He knows your environment or something you ate or something you're doing, and check all three of the above.
I'm bringing in some gold and yellow crystals. This is yellow calcite. And this is
I know.
This is a what's the word?
Topaz.
It's got like a rainbow hue to it. What's that when they coat it with the silver? What is that called? Aura.
Yeah.
And
all of mine towers are in the other room. I was gonna bring, and I forgot to put some birthday bracelets that I got that were citrine.
I wanted some yellow flowers, because you want to do a little something, either yellow flowers, even if you just put your hand on your heart and state what you prefer. But you could do so much with this energy to honor the sun. It's the longest day of the year, right?
I got yellow bees.
You got what?
Yellow bees.
Oh, that's right. You got the bees. Did you put pictures up on your channel yet?
I just put on the day I picked them up from the post office. That's the only post I've done because they're still in that container. It's been raining. The sun came out for a minute yesterday while I was on with Aley, and by the time we ended and I got to the front door, it was a torrential downpour.
It was really windy too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That was the solar flare coming through. Oh, and Joe got knocked off.
Yes. It messes up the internets and everything. Yeah. It gets
Can I ask you a question, Valerie?
Sure.
You had your interview with NDE?
I did.
Oh, well, everybody needs to go watch it. I didn't know.
We gotta go watch that.
Yeah. Awesome.
It came out the other day. Yeah. There's somebody in the chat angry with me because I said what I felt politically, but you know, I'm a person
too
too.
bad. They
Yeah,
got
and I'm
mad at
allowed
you
to
too.
have,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to have my
You
opinion,
can
and
say
it's
whatever
not.
you want. Yeah.
That's right. And when it comes to our rights and freedoms, there's no gray area there. I'm gonna
No,
speak
there
up
is not.
for.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm gonna watch it. That's wonderful.
Little man's a Gemini too. His birthday
Aw,
is July 13th.
he loves his mama. Look at him
June
looking at
13th, July.
Aw.
Yeah. And
I'm
Gloria.
sorry I interrupted you, Val.
No,
Thank you,
no.
Jamie. That's wonderful. I can't wait to see it. Thanks for bringing it up. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you. Yours, ladies, I loved yours. They were good. Everybody got such a
You got a
good,
chance to do it. It was fun.
you know, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was. It was. And may I brag a little bit? I kept seeing dams and dams breaking. That goes back to a dream show we did and a dream that I had on March 14th.
Mhm.
When the landslide happened in Blatten
Mm.
in the Swiss Alps, that was really what I saw. And then when the water and all of that came forth, well, that stuff is still going on. Canada just had a rock slide today. People were on the trail, and it's so intense out there.
Yep.
And then Terry said something about the dams, but I kept getting the letter M. And I think I even said Minnesota, something's going to happen in Minnesota. And it did.
Yeah.
The senators were killed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, one of them wasn't her husband. Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry.
The other one was shot. Yeah. Sweden too, Charlie. Okay. Wow. I don't know.
Yep.
I mean,
it's going on. It's going on.
yeah. And all this these atrocities have to play out. And I'm really sick of hearing that, and I'm sick of saying that. But
Yeah.
I just don't understand how much more that they can push. And then here we are at another level of the push of just ridiculous stuff. You know, going to war, really. And Netanyahu can't even. He's wanted by the ICC.
Mm-hmm.
Trump is a convicted felon. I mean, oh, nice, Jules.
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking. It was, yeah.
Well, let us know when it drops.
Yeah, please do, Jules. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a nice lady. She's a nice girl who doesn't work really cool. But yeah. So, but you can feel I can feel that the energies are higher than what they're trying to pour on top of us. And I keep getting, focus on what you love and value. Focus on what makes you happy. Yeah, we can see that. We have to look at it. We have to stay up to date of the newest thing, but it's the more we come from our heart, and here we are with that sun, that summer solstice that's that Leo, Leo rules the sun. So we're going to have a lot of that, the feelings and the heart action coming through. I just don't see it turning. I think they're going to try to push us because what they're doing is hitting our nervous system. It's constant bombardment on our nervous system, on our stuff like that.
That certainly has something to do with your ticker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Garnet's saying that the Stonehenge solstice is being live streamed. Oh, well, maybe we'll be able to find it later. That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, and that's a shame because they have it all fenced off now, though.
Yeah, but routers or routers is probably whatever you call that station. Routers.
Oh yeah.
Reuters. Thank you. See,
yeah.
I look at it and I
get banned from the White House. One of those people, Yeah. What do you think about the idea that he's just completely ripped up the rest of the rose garden and is putting a patio in over there?
Oh God, I want to throw up.
I know. I wonder if that's
need any more.
See, and this is just like this is the type of stuff that And the thing that I guess really upsets me the most, no matter, you know, all these stupid things that he's doing, they can be put back together. But those roses are probably a couple 100 years old, right? Well,
Well,
Jackie
they
Kennedy
were-
put them in. Yeah, Kennedy. did.
Yeah.
put Kennedy. Okay, so 60 years in. But to see what he can do, to see how he went in there and how many things he's tried to change at one time, that this is one thing that'll never be said again. There isn't any hold up unless you guys are playing at holding us up. When we get back in there and we take care of things, but it's going to happen just as fast as he destroyed it. That's how I look at it.
So,
Okay.
so by
Yeah.
putting in more cement, he's going to add to global warming. By taking away the grass, he's going to deprive people of jobs. No more gardener needed.
Right.
And adding to the weight of the earth, because we all need more cement on its crust. And it just behooves me that
And he's allowing asbestos to be used again.
how great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So you know that mesothelioma, whatever, how you ever say mesothelioma or
Mesothelioma.
Yeah. That's going to increase. That's going to increase. Yeah.
It's not going to be used for long. He might undo it right now, but it's not. I don't even think it can happen right away. All the things that he's deregulated, and there is people are getting sick from the food not being.
Oh yeah. I'm not
checked and all
buying any more bagged lettuce or any of that bagged stuff anymore. Don't buy any of that. It's not agriculturally sound.
No.
Yeah.
But as soon as we get back in there and things, when intelligent people are back in there and putting this back together, it's going to be so much better than it was. Definitely nothing that he's doing is going to stick. But you know, that's his whole point though. They don't care. They want every day to be 10 to 15, 20 things to trigger your anger inside of you, trigger your nervous system, hitting our safety and security, you know, that seat in us that we don't feel safe because we don't know what's going to happen. I just it's very painful to watch, but you all know that. And I do think it's going to be repaired in a lot better and a lot faster than we think at the moment.
So I'm just going to say, I'm going to take this down, but just email Valerie and she should be able to tell you. Yeah. Okay.
Here, I'll put my
mesothelioma. Yeah. Just talk. I actually knew a young girl who was in her mid-40s who ended up with mesothelioma, and she never was involved in asbestos or anything. And she died of really bad death. I mean, it was horrible. She had just gotten married. And it was like, it was one of the chiropractors that worked with Keith's practice. And it was his wife. Yeah, it was very sad.
And we all grew up in that time period where that stuff was just everywhere. All these documents, you know,
it was everywhere. It was in schools. It was the siding on my house that I'd spent my childhood years in.
Yeah, and they knew that, like when they were doing it. This is what gets me. Those types of things, they should have to pay for everything. Like if you build a building and then you abandon it, you should have to tear it down in a healthy way, not just leave it sitting there rotting away. That kind of gets under my skin. Though a lot of things do, but we're going to go into.
Well, you know, the zombies need some place to live. That's why they left it.
Hi, Vicki.
Oh my God.
Well, we are. This is why the summer solstice is here. This gives us a hope hope to go forward and to keep speaking in and the existence we want to be a part of.
And also, watch for a change in loyalties and who you're working with,
Yeah.
because we have Venus opposite Juno, and she's got a couple of degrees before they're exactly at an opposition. But that's going to affect your daily activities as to who you go and do what with, or who you argue with, who knows how to push your buttons, right? So you may step back for a couple of days from them and having a relationship with them.
And well,
yeah, and
oh,
then
I just saw, Diana, Sedna and Uranus are conjunct.
yeah,
That should really speak volumes, because Sedna is the ability. She's a goddess, right? An Inuit goddess, but she can transformation. This is about huge transformation.
it's right, sacrifice and adaptation. And this is another example that's in my chart, because there's that Uranus and there's that Mars at 29 degrees, Uranus conjunct my Mars at 29 degrees, and Sedna just sitting at 1 degree. So you know that they're going to go over her, and that's going to put them in a trine to my Sedna, because my Sedna is in Aries. Well, she spends 40 years in a sign because it takes her so long to go around.
Yeah, she's a long time. But we have the South Node in Virgo, where the Mars is in Virgo. So we're going to get things in detail. We're going to fix things. But what is being released, just send it to that South Node in Virgo, because that's where you want to put all your self-criticism, unworthiness, things like that. We have to let all that out of our system so we can raise in frequency.
Now, there's also, what's important is this Jupiter having a square that he's going to be doing between Saturn and Neptune until February, when they go back into Aries.
Yeah. So
and then Jupiter will have moved on far enough to be out of range of being an orb or actually having another square. But I think it happens 3, maybe it happens 4 times. I can't remember. That part I didn't write down, but that's something that that's going to be somebody poking the bear, and it just so happens
the bear's being poked, right?
Yeah, the bear's being poked, and that's pushing our buttons.
But I think because those are 2 cardinal signs, and they're like kind of, that tension is there, that I don't think anybody's actually gonna do it. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of saber rattling and talk of it, But I think those squares are actually going to help us in that respect.
And then when they go back into Pisces, they're immutable. So now they're going to go get wishy-washy on us for a few. Although they'll stand in strength, because they won't go very far.
Yeah, because they're hanging out.
Remember that Pluto crap, when Pluto was playing that game, and he's retrograde right now too, so he's playing a game with the outskirts of Capricorn.
I mean, to me, this is the beginning of something new being created, and that to me is our new era. And we're just in that phase where the old isn't gone yet, the new isn't fully here yet, and there's this clashing, and that's probably going to go on till end of 2026. But I even think it's going to get, by next summer, kind of more leveled out. Now, as for Trump being president, I don't see him there that much longer. I feel something this summer's coming. I think it's already happened. We just don't know about it because they're not telling us.
I think he's very sick.
Yeah. So
seriously, I mean, not just us knowing something's wrong with him.
Physically, physically,
Yeah.
mentally,
Yeah,
neurologically.
I think he's crossed that line.
Yeah. I woke up at 12 o'clock last night, Aley, and I never went back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep last night.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Yeah.
That happens to me almost every night. I sleep really poorly.
Well,
Oh,
you know, you
my
can
God.
get around that by not going to bed till 3.
Well, I'm in bed. I'm just doom scrolling.
Oh my God, the doom scrolling is killing me. I had
I
to
know.
let it go. It's
Uh-huh.
hard. I
It
mean,
is
it
hard.
is.
Yeah.
It's so hard because, and this is just it, right? Internet, and every minute there's some news coming.
Oh, yes. To keep us triggered and to keep
Yeah.
us in
Just-
stress. You know, it's
right.
funny. They were saying that a lot of people, they work and work and work, and then when they retire, they die because their stress level is so high, and then it's nothing. And I'm thinking, well, I'm still working, and I'm still dealing with the orange macaroon, and so I got the double thing going. And so I'm thinking, once he gets on, I'm going to have to continue to work just because I have that stress level, and I don't want to drop dead right then.
Oh my goodness.
You know, you just made me wonder about my own stress level and working.
We
2
don't really
jobs.
know, but I
Right?
will tell you that my BP has been like 179/90, and it's not very good. So yeah.
Ouch.
They got to check and make sure I'm breathing most of the
I know. There you go.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way. I'm always putting my hand on my heart. I'm like, okay, let's get back into
Yeah, right. When
down.
was the last time you took a breath, man?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
I'll get there, you know.
Right. It's all that yoga.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, we have all these tools because we know all these beautiful souls who have all these healing abilities and psychic abilities, mediumship, and yet, I mean, we know what's going on, and we have
Yeah.
things to help us, and we still can't like really align.
No, and I
on,
don't even have to watch the news. It isn't even the news I'm watching. It's just
Right.
like, yeah, it's just I can't go
Scrolling.
to sleep. Yeah.
Right. It's Facebook
Mhm.
scrolling. That's what I'm doing. And that's where, you're just like, oh my God, did that really happen?
Yeah.
And so then I'm trying to fact check as I'm scrolling. So I don't know whether to be angry or not until I fact check.
Uh-huh.
It's a crazy way to live, isn't it?
It is. And
No,
I
but
think
it's
that's
a
the
good
key.
news.
I would like
Right.
to sue him for keeping me in this state of
Mhm.
ill repair. Yeah.
You know, we should.
Yeah.
Every single one of us.
And I
A class
Yeah,
action.
I said that last time when first time he was in here illegitimately, and
Mhm.
that he should be sued for what he's done to the people of this nation, and well, the people of the
Absolutely.
world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
He
Yep.
said,
And
despicable.
some of the pictures from the G7 of some of the leaders that were just rolling their eyes and they're,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, you've said that, Lorraine. Yeah. Thanks, Jamie.
And he just, I just don't know. I don't know why we have to endure him as long as we've had to. I
I
just
know.
don't.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Well, James Carville last night was saying that, have you seen his hands? James of Louisiana. Yeah. Have you
Yeah,
seen
I
his
love-
hands? That's what it looks like when you have syphilis. That's what he said.
I love
And
him.
that
I
would
love
cause
the
dementia.
face.
That causes dementia if you've untreated syphilis.
Would
So-
yeah. Just ask Capone, one of his
Yeah,
heroes.
that's right. Alphonse Capone.
He's so proud of these statistics.
I know.
Oh,
Rattle
you're such
off.
an idiot. Yeah, no, man. It's the only thing he can latch on to.
And that's why we all have to remember that we're light workers and that we have to
Oh.
live in the light.
Oh my gosh. I drew a card for us out of the Letha deck also.
Yeah,
And
summer
that's what came out
solstice.
was summer solstice.
That's right. Napoleon.
Oh, that
Right?
is so
Its
pretty.
little message is, like the sun, spread your ray of light all around.
That's right.
Ignite the light.
And we have to transmute the shadow in order to move into the light.
Yeah.
So, it really is hard we all have to do it, and it's okay if we do it. It's just that it's better not to. But then I think sometimes you just got to let it out, don't you? I mean, you can't be sitting
I
on
have,
something.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
to feel it if I'm,
Yeah.
I mean, and I could drop down a couple of
Mhm.
times a day and I got to pull myself back up, but I got to
Right.
feel through it. Because if you
Yeah.
don't feel through it, that's how you get sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
definitely. You're
Yeah.
you're not speaking your truth
Right.
otherwise. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Did you guys see the squeaky tank?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that is just hilarious. That was the best. That was the best.
I know.
Just watching that, it's like a bad movie. I mean, you're
It
just
was.
watching this stuff,
And his
it's-
face was, you could read it so well. Yeah.
and he fell
And
asleep.
you had 200,000 people there. Wasn't that great? Yeah, sure,
Are
buddy.
you kidding me? You were sleeping through the whole thing. What do you know?
I knew it, right? He was sleeping. It was like, what? You can't make this
I
shit up.
just no, but I just love it that they said that it was a protest because the guys were not marching in sync. They
Yeah.
didn't wear their dress blues,
Mm-mm.
and apparently there weren't enough. The people that were in the watching, they
Mhm.
had some of the soldiers put their regular clothes on and sit there because they didn't have enough people in there.
Oh my God. I know so many people whose grandkids or kids were ordering the tickets.
Yes, and not
Another
going.
six and not going. Yeah.
It was that TikTok thing all over
Yeah.
again. It was
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. Well, see? And he's sitting there sleeping. Okay, here comes. I got
What is it?
self-trust.
Oh, there you go.
Self-trust. The time has come to really trust who you are and love yourself fully. If there are parts of you that are out of alignment with your faith or your values, call them into alignment now so you will feel better and more integrated. Then trust your intuition and inner knowing without question, going as much as you can with the flow of your desires and passions. Cultivate your higher self as a trusted ally and seek its voice in meditation. Man, see, that's exactly what we need. And all that other stuff, I always hear it's just theater, like the Trump show,
It is.
right?
It's an illusion.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
because you said it, and I'm sitting here shuffling them because what do we keep saying? The man behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
So let me see.
And the flying monkeys.
And the
Oh
flying
my
monkeys,
God.
exactly. So it's been a journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a passport because you're going to need it to go to the next town.
Oh,
Facilitation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, right. Like he's got the ticket, right?
Yeah.
He is a facilitator for anger,
Mhm.
and hate to tell you this in case you've forgotten, there are still people devoted to him.
Oh yeah. Hopelessly devoted.
Hopelessly, yeah. And you know, that's last week Saturday. Not everybody there. My nieces, the children of my in-laws that were there,
Uh-huh.
are not Trumpsters.
No,
But
the rest are.
except for one brother,
Uh-huh.
the rest of them are. It was
Mm.
very difficult because they're the only ones who insisted on talking about politics.
Of course they did. They're going to try to have you come over to their religion and their politics because
It's
that's
not
what
going to happen. I
I
stopped
know.
going to church a long
Oh,
time.
I know that.
Stop.
I live in Texas.
I love how you said that. I mean, really, it's gotten to the point like if we, to stand back and watch it like it's theater, like as a neutral observer, that's really our only choice because the more anger and disgust, and it's hard not to feel those things, but that just fuels him. He
Mhm.
he feeds off of this anger and hate and
Oh, he does.
division. He loves
Absolutely. Mhm. He does.
Yeah.
it. He's one of those kids
Well,
that
at the summit, he was getting interviewed, and it was what's his name from oh my gosh, I can't remember who he's from Canada, the thin one. Anyways, he was taking charge, and the reporters all said, okay, blah blah blah, and they're all
Oh,
trying
Mark
to get
Carney. Mark Carney.
yes,
Yeah.
and they're all
Mhm.
trying to get one more question in, and
Yeah.
Trump goes, well, they don't like you. Like, that's what it's all about. That was what he said just as it disbanded. And wow,
Well, you know what
they
he
don't
said?
like you.
He said that Gavin Newsom is no good because when you're in politics, you shouldn't really hate on other people.
That's all you do, man.
I know. Everything he says is either an admission or
Yes.
something that he does.
He has no self-awareness.
Yeah.
None. Zero.
Yeah.
And I could see him as one of those kids who didn't get attention, but was, constantly acting out negatively to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was horrible. I mean, he's just, I have never seen it. What a case study he's going to be, right? I mean.
Oh, I know. Psychologically. Well, they've already written books about his narcissism. But, this is it, Lorraine. You know what it is? It doesn't impact you unless it happens to you. Right. Otherwise, it's fine. And that's their whole premise.
And according to what they're doing right now, that's like, oh, too bad.
Yeah.
It isn't a different story.
Yeah.
It's under that same umbrella that they
You're better off, Lorraine, not ever talking to him again.
Really. Yeah, I don't talk. I don't engage with them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just, you can't. You're talking to somebody who is, the way my guides explain it to me is that if you're connected to your heart and your soul, you have compassion, you have these things. They're not. They have no connection to their heart. So they think with the ego, they think,
and they're not going to change. So we can't change them.
Yeah. Right. Profits over people is the way to be. The more money, the better, no matter how much you mess up Mother Earth and life on her, it's just disgusting.
They're like that
in this place. Yeah. They really all do that. A lot of them do that. Yeah. What do I get? Oh, I get spreading mutation, and that's what's happening in MAGA.
Oh my gosh, it sure is. I like that card.
Ew. Crud.
Oh Lord.
Let's see if I get one of those. Yeah, because every time I pick a card on him from this deck, the True Crime deck.
Oh yeah.
Never.
So I wanted to tell everybody a bit of really good news. They have developed a vaccine that you can give to your dog, and they're testing it currently on dogs, that they can live longer.
Oh,
no way.
And and I can't tell you how happy that makes me, because we all, no matter how long they lived, it's not long enough.
No.
Right.
But,
not if we're still kicking.
I know. But when I saw that, and they had all these Shelties and Collies and German Shepherds, and they're giving them the test first to see if they will. Isn't that great? I love it.
That's amazing. And I'm sure they have they have so many cures and technologies, and that's all going to come out soon. Here's what I got for him: death. I got death. He never gets a good card. Never. Legal proceedings is after that. Greed is after that.
He has to pay E. Jean Carroll. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They will not throw that out. So
did you see the reviews on her book?
No, not yet. But I've sure seen the ones on Jig Tapper's book. Oh boy. He's on a shit list now.
Yeah, I mean, they're despicable what the mainstream media has done.
Don't pick on Joe Biden. That's right.
No. And what this mainstream media has done over the last 10 years, 5 to 10 years, where they don't even report the truth of what's going on,
That's
they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. I can say that. Where it's got to have what was that called that Reagan got rid of in the 80s? The Truth in Journalism. What was that called?
It was fair use. And it's not fair use. But it had to do with you had to have a point and a counterpoint, like they remember on Saturday Night Live. Point counterpoint. Jane, you ignorant slut. Anyway, he got rid of that, and so that people didn't have to be. And that's why when Fox came in as an entertainment channel, it is not a news channel.
That's right.
No.
It says
and they've banned Fox in Canada.
Fraud. There we go.
Oh yeah. There you go.
They did? All of Canada?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. The fairness doctrine. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. I do.
They need to ban it here. At least in Michigan. Except I know people. I only watch Fox.
I mean, we need our country back. And once we start to get our country back and build it the way that it was, we all see in our heart, real freedom, truly have your rights. That's going to be, the media has to change immediately. And I mean, we got to make sure.
We got some good people now. We've got the Midas boys, and we've got some good folks. Lawrence O'Donnell's still on the good side. He says his name. He says Donnie's name too much, though. He says it like 23 times in the space of 10 minutes. I don't want to hear the man's name anymore.
Yeah, and that may be the only way he's keeping his job on an MM.
It could be.
Exactly. That's what I just got, Diana. They're making him do it.
Because every time it's just airtime. It's just giving him more. It's why as much as I love Midas, I can go read the headlines, maybe listen to the first paragraph, unless it's a big deal or legal AF.
They have all those clickbait to get you to listen, and then they don't get to it.
Right. And I get why they have to do that, because it's just the Wild West in the media. There's no rules. There's nothing.
World out there.
Yeah. But words are spells. So if you keep saying his name, like Donald has to, they know that. That's why they own a media company.
Let's just say Donald is sick. Donald is sick. Donald is sick.
Yeah.
Donald is sick.
You're just telling the truth now. Wow.
Wow.
I can't find the deck. Where did I put it? The predictions.
Kind of cute, Amanda. So I can see why you like Brian Tyler Cohen. He's a cutie pie.
Yeah. And smart. Love a smart guy. Smart.
Yeah. Smart. Oh, there it is. I wanted to pull a predictions card.
Oh, Jay Cat Lady's here. Hi. It's so good to see everybody. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. His energy is just beautiful.
Yep.
And we help each other. We support each other. I mean, who would have thought we would have needed this for this long? I can't even.
Well, I know. If we had known in 2015 that we'd be in for this, and thanks, Edward.
Had him removed then, because he cheated then too.
Everybody needs to create a space for quiet moments each day to reconnect with yourself and have a cuppa.
Oh, boy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Jules Niner says she's sick of unprecedented. I am too.
Yeah. Do something about it then. Yeah.
Right?
Public life burnout. Yeah.
Which goes right with that cup of tea that you're pouring for me.
It does.
And this is funny. Duties keep quiet. Which is there's the crown and there's maybe there's a diaper.
Jay Cat Lady said, I don't think Trump had enough money to pay her, E. Jean Carroll, but he does now. I keep seeing his assets being frozen.
Good.
Yeah.
He and Rudy can lose it together. Yeah.
They really.
Pillow Boy lost his suit as well this week.
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah, with Dominion.
Yeah. Oh my God, what's he got to pay? Or they haven't came back with the number yet?
Not yet.
Probably.
I think it's coming up soon. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just what we've had to see. This, I mean, I know America was, there was a lot of backdoor deals, backroom deals. There's a lot of shadiness going on, but that absolutely has to all be exposed so we can.
Yeah.
Actually,
well, they're working on it finally. But the thing is that I'm not sure Kamala Harris wants to be the president anymore.
I don't think so.
No, and I don't think so. There's a lot of chat about Newsom or Pete Buttigieg, but somebody said in a reading that they thought that there would be a group of senators or congressmen that would run the country. Okay, yeah, that would run until things get settled. Yeah,
I was just going to ask you that. Yeah, like there's going to be a
transition team.
Yeah, and then even then after that, there's that whoever it's going to be like a council, not a one person.
Correct.
I mean, I know that we have even the senators in the House and all that's going to be represented more fairly. I mean, there's
just get rid of all the corrupt people and we'll be all set.
Yeah.
I know. I hope Mark Rutte does. Mark Root or Rutte needs to be the one that decides who'll be on it. Somebody that's outside of the country. Maybe Mark Carney.
Mm-hmm. That's
there was a clickbait that came up that said something about MAGA's trying to sell off parts of our country. What?
Yep.
They have been,
They have been. They're going to get rid of what is it? Millions of hectares of land and cut down all the trees and in the parks, in the national
parks. But see, they're not going to get there. I don't believe that they're going to get far with that at all. I honestly don't see him there much longer. And here let me read this. Refreshing oasis. So here's a unicorn in the oasis. Nurture yourself, gather your strength. Now, I saw that and I'm like, gather your strength. And then I got the one on the bottom is look for signs, pay attention, expect an answer. So something.
Oh, wow.
Something
me too, Amanda. I'm ready to climb a tree and sit up there so they won't cut it down.
Yeah. So I just picked from the garbage pail kids to see how much more we have of this. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I got was the 7 of Wands. Right? Well, we're going to have, we already have disclosure. They're just coming straight to us. The heck with going to the government. Right. But then the Tower card came up. And then the Emperor was in reverse.
He's lost his clothes.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Emperor is still sitting on the deck. The Emperor was in reverse. So, but then the next card, the first card should have been the 8 of Coins. He's lost his grip, right? He's lost that business that he never had anyway.
Correct.
That was the order of it. Oh, this and then the Emperor, and both those cards were upside down. And you know what? I don't usually let my cards get upside down because I figure there's enough negative cards in a deck.
I can't talk about this anymore tonight. My BP is 103 over 100. Yeah.
Time for potato chips and ice cream, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get through this, and we're gonna get through this together, and just know that there's more people who want to live in peace and harmony than that want that crap that they're trying to do.
That's right. Well, so you'll be on next week talking about the new moon on the 25th. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else over the weekend that you two are doing?
No.
No.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm just making a
Well,
video.
Diana, tell them about your bees before we leave anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was cosmically timed. There's no doubt about it. So I placed
Yeah.
the order, and then mistakes happen for a reason, right? But I'm not.
Mhm.
I'll save that for the video. But in fact, there's a short out there that says that. But they arrived on Monday. They haven't really gotten set up yet, so they're still in their travel cage. And tomorrow my neighbor is going to come and video it for me so that I can put it on my channel. And the extra thing about it is what a new beginning, a new hive, a new queen, new attendees get a new home on the new sunlight day.
Yeah.
And then I have to add, and if anybody wants to know their bloodline through the star seeds, turn to Diane G. She just listed mine like crazy, and it all made sense, and it made everything come together. Those of you who follow the Dream Show know that some of the light codes that come in either on a board that has little squares or a board that is like a beehive with the same diamond square, diamond shape all the way through it, the connection, right? Well, for the past few months, that's all that's been coming through. And when she told me that I had only been to Apollonia once, and that I had gone from Andromeda to Beta Centauri, back to Andromeda, back and forth, 26 soul lifetimes. And then when I looked up the markings for Andromeda, the beehive is its emblem.
That's so cool.
I mean, it all makes sense with all the healing energies that all of us, everybody in the chat as well, that we get when we are sleeping in our dreams or just in the energies from those above. It all came together when I found that. And thank goodness for Diane, because she really tied this up for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I can't wait to talk to her.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for spending time with us tonight. And Val and Diana, thank you for being with us. And we'll probably be back in 2 weeks. At least Val and I will be on her channel. That's what we usually do. And everybody just have a wonderful weekend. Try to find something really joyful to do. You know, have a picnic or go get an ice cream cone or something like that. Yeah.
This is the energy. This Sun and Jupiter together just starting. This is energy to make big stuff happen. Right. Make it something you want to happen, not something you prefer to happen. Not all this stuff that we would never want. We wouldn't ask for any of this.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Go fly a kite. There you go, Amanda.
Yeah, right. Master of your own destiny.
Yes. That's right. That's right. Thank you, everybody. Much love. Bye.
Happy solstice. Stand in the light, blow cinnamon, hang time.